so much tea. Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're doing a breakdown on everything we know so far coming in 2027 spring next year from Mattel, including G3 Elissabat's official debut. We have information on a SKULLECTOR 2-pack from KPop Demon Hunters coming next year, Barbie The Hunger Games Katniss Everdeen Anniversary doll, Core Refresh Venus exclusive doll, Barbie Narnia dolls, confirmed K-pop Demon Hunters second wave, including more SAJA boys, Polly Pocket, and much more. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. But for now, let's get into it. Yes, that's right. Thanks to user Seeing Mount and in collaboration with Cleo's Nile, Girlies and Ghouls, basically all your most resourceful, reliable doll news sources. Here we have confirmation on just the tip of the iceberg of what may come in spring of 2027. Again, I'm pretty sure we're just scratching the surface here, as there's probably plenty more that we just have not heard of yet, or that hasn't been confirmed yet. But this is really interesting enough, so I had to make a video on all we know already, starting off with the Polly Pocket news. So user Seeing Mount confirmed we are getting Polly Pocket compacts of the Summer I Turned Pretty show and Emily in Paris. Now, obviously, Emily in Paris is by Netflix, and the Summer I Turned Pretty is on Amazon, I believe, right? I have not seen that show, but I have seen Emily in Paris. I have not seen actually the most recent seasons. I think I stopped after season 2 or season 3. I have no idea what's happening now. Apparently, Emily in Paris is actually Emily in Rome. Girl, okay, well, that's not really the name of the show anymore. That's a lie. So she's got to go back to Paris, or it's just a fat lie. So yeah, anyway, these two collaborations definitely to me feel a bit random. Like, who's demanding this? Where's the demand? I'll buy them if they're cute. I'm just very curious. I mean, we do have knowledge here of obviously Mattel having a collaboration, with Netflix IP in the past, Stranger Things, Squid Game. So they're not shy of working together, obviously. So this is not unimaginable, but the Summer I Turned Pretty, I know it's a huge show, I've heard, but still, like, that's Amazon, and I don't think they've ever collaborated before, Mattel and Amazon Studios. Again, that's the show, that's the company that produces the show, right? I have not seen it, but either way, these two, I'm just very curious, like, what this is gonna be. I have no idea, but yay, Emily in Paris is gonna get her own Polly Pocket set, which is actually kind of ironic because Lily Collins, who plays the, Emily in Paris, I think once upon a time, there was rumors that she was supposed to star in a live-action Polly Pocket movie, but I don't know what happened. I think that got canceled, and so kind of ironic that now she would have, she would get immortalized indirectly here as Emily in this Polly Pocket collaboration compact. So yeah, kind of, funny how the universe works, right? Now let's get into the mainly Barbie licensed doll news here, also shared by user Seeing Amount. This is not too many, but still enough to count, and I do think these are very promising already. Probably the most exciting for me personally is the Hunger Games Anniversary Katniss Everdeen doll. Barbie Signature will be releasing a Katniss doll wearing her Mockingjay armor. Doll will be priced around $48 US. Now, again, like I mentioned, this is in celebration of the anniversary of the movie. Which movie anniversary? I'm not sure which, but it's an anniversary of one of the movies. I'm assuming one of the last ones, because her Mockingjay outfit, that was I think she had that outfit in the 2 last movies, right? So probably that's what this is the anniversary for. But the interesting thing here is that they've already made Hunger Games IP collaboration dolls before with Barbie. They actually made dolls of PETA and also of oh my gosh, what's her name? The Effie, yes. And I believe those were designed by Bill Greening. Am I correct? Or at least Effie was designed by Bill Greening, and she looks so cool. But it's going to be interesting to see here if they're going to do a face sculpt in the likeness of Jennifer Lawrence, because if I remember correctly, the previous Hunger Games dolls of Katniss do not have a unique face sculpt in the likeness of Jennifer Lawrence. Or do they have a? I don't think so. I think it, because it didn't, I haven't seen them in a while, but from what I remember, the face sculpt is not specifically very striking in her likeness. So this would be a great opportunity for Mattel to create a brand new face sculpt in the likeness of actress Jennifer Lawrence. I feel like a lot of us would love to see that, but again, I feel like maybe they did already make one and it just looks very average. I mean, that could be the case as well. But either way, the pricing is not too expensive, which could be bad or good or bad. Good because it's not too expensive, but bad because that means the quality will not be as good. So yeah, I guess we should keep our expectations a bit lower. Maybe the armor will be just all like painted details. Maybe it'll be like mostly one color, and maybe most of the details underneath are like a bodysuit one piece and just printed on. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting not for the outfit to be too luxurious or high end. It's probably going to be like a spandexy kind of like stretchy material. Again, it's gonna probably have a lot of printed on details, and the boots might be separate. I'm just praying that even if the outfit isn't like anything exciting, that at least they do splurge on at least, getting the likeness rights to create a new face sculpt in the likeness of, again, Jennifer Lawrence. I feel like that would make it a bit more worth it. But what do you think? Are you excited for a Katniss new doll? Because I actually don't have any of the previous already existing Hunger Games dolls, so this will be my first, and that would be really fun. And I have seen the movies, and I do like the movies, so this would be really cool if they actually did a good job, though. So just fingers crossed now that Mattel does a decent job. Again, for $48 US, I'm not expecting too much here, but still we can always hope that they at least deliver a decent collaboration doll. Then it has been confirmed here, we are getting a Narnia collaboration here with Barbie. So Mattel will be producing dolls for the new Netflix Narnia film series, which starts with the magician's nephew from Greta Gerwig. She directed Barbie. The movie will be streaming in April of 2027 on Netflix. There will be a doll of Emma Mackey as the White Witch. Jadia, I believe, is the name, and one other character. Prices are unknown, and also we don't know what the other character will be that they will make a doll of. Probably the older sister, if I'd have to guess. Probably not one of the boys, because Mattel is like allergic to creating boy dolls unless they need to. But this is interesting. A White Witch doll here, again, in the likeness of Emma Mackey. I do hope that they create a new face sculpt of Emma Mackey. That would be so cool because you might recognize her. She actually had a part in the Barbie movie alongside Margot Robbie and a lot of the other Barbie actresses. So it's going to be very cool if they do ever make a unique face sculpt in the likeness of Emma Mackey, because that way you could customize her into one of the dresses that she wears in the Barbie movie. So that would be really cute. And also because Emma Mackey and Margot Robbie, those two actresses look eerily similar. A lot of people have said. So that would be really fun. And actually, I would be very curious. Would they perhaps just use the Margot Robbie face sculpt already and just tweak it a little bit to make it look like Emma Mackey? Because they do look similar. So, but in any case, we don't have, again, like a release date for these dolls, or the price point, which I'd have to guess is probably also around $50 US. It wouldn't be too much. I think 50 is usually the kind of like generic price point for IP releases like this. Could be 60, if they want to make it higher. But I just hope that they do splurge on getting the likeness rights to get to be able to make the face sculpt in the likeness of her. I feel like that could make or break this entire doll, to be honest, because even if the dress is not detailed, at least the face sculpt would be unique. It would be worth getting for the face sculpt alone. And I always love getting new dolls that have unique face sculpts, just makes it more interesting, but yeah, this is very interesting. I mean, we don't know what she's going to look like. We have no concept art. We have no first looks of what Emma will look like in the role of the character in a movie. We have nothing yet, but this is exciting. I don't think we've ever had Barbie Narnia dolls ever. So this is going to be a first, and I am excited. I'm excited for the movies as well on Netflix. I mean, again, hope, fingers crossed, it's not too bad. But I remember watching the, original Disney Narnia movies, and those still are very nostalgic to me. So I really hope that they do a good job. And Tilda Swinton as the original White Witch. I mean, she was menacing, but like so stylish. Look at her. If you watched the Narnia movies, you know what I mean. If they ever made a doll of that version of the White Witch from the original Narnia movies, that would be amazing. Can you imagine if they ever did a doll of the White Witch, Tilda Swinton version, for perhaps a anniversary? That would be crazy good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that happens as well. Manifestation, come on, make it happen. Next up, this is kind of a bit boring to me. We're getting new Wicked for Good singing dolls. It has not been confirmed, but it's been rumored that the dolls will be singing Thank Goodness and No Good Deed respectively. And of course, they're going to be wearing outfits that fit those scenes in the movie. No Good Deed, I believe that was where Elissabat was kind of putting on her armor, like her coats and her hats, and so that could be an interesting outfit. For Thank Goodness, that's probably just going to be Glinda in her blue gown again. So I'm not really sure how they're going to make that different from the already existing blue gown that she's wearing in the already released singing doll, that where she sings For Good, right? I almost forgot the name. But yes, I'm not sure how they're going to differentiate that blue dress, because it's the same blue dress in the movie. So maybe they will add the sleeves to make it a little bit different. But yeah, listen, I love Wicked. I've seen both movies with my mom, actually. I have basically all the movie dolls except for the Mattel Creations 2-pack with the keepsake thing. It was too expensive and I didn't get it. It sold out and I regret it. Yes. But so I do have all the Wicked movie dolls, and I actually have to unbox so many. So let me know if you want to see me unbox those dolls very soon. I mean, I have to do it very soon. I'm moving, but anyway, I feel like the Wicked hype has kind of faded, to be honest. So I'm really not sure why Mattel is making even more Wicked movie dolls. And on top of that, they're the singing dolls, which have less articulation, and therefore the outfits are going to be less quality heavy. So, I mean, the super fans will get them, and I might get them because I do love the songs, but it's a little bit, it's too little too late. Like, you know what I mean? Like the train has the Emerald City train has passed. It's gone. Mattel, it's just deal with it. The hype is gone. Like, I'm sorry. I love I love the movie. I love the dolls, but like next year they're coming out. That'll be like 2 years after the second movie came out. Like, really? It's a bit too late, And then lastly here for Barbie, we have confirmation that we are getting a Formula One Barbie doll. Barbie Signature will be collaborating with Formula One. Doll's price is unknown. This to me is like so boring, because I mean, we just have no information, no pricing, no release, because if we knew the price, we could kind of estimate like how quality heavy this doll will be. But because it's a collaboration with Formula One, we can assume she's going to be wearing a tracksuit or some kind of like mechanical work suit with the F1 logo. It will probably be pink, because of course it is Barbie. But I can already tell it's just going to be such a boring doll, and the main reason why you're paying the amount of money she's going to be is because of purely the F1 branding on the Barbie clothing. And you best believe that the F1 branding, it's not going to be like embroidered. It's going to be probably just printed on, it's going to be a sticker plastered on. Like, I can just tell already it's not going to be anything exciting. But maybe, if you're a racing fan, if you are a fan of F1, and actually, I saw the movie F1 with Brad Pitt, so really good movie. But maybe you're into this, but because I don't think we've had a collaboration like this before, right? We've had collaborations with Corvette, Barbie, and Hard Rock, and like Barbie rock motorcycles. Like I remember Harley, right? Like that's like a rock brand, a rock motorcycle brand. Oh my gosh. So Barbie has had collaborations before with vehicle and stuff like that, but not F1, right? So not Formula One. That's kind of, it's a big deal. I get it, but like still, like it's just, you can already picture, right, what she's gonna look like. It's gonna be a tracksuit. It's gonna be like a F1 branding patch on the torso. She's gonna be wearing sneakers. She's gonna be in a ponytail. Like, she's not gonna be a glam doll unless they're going for like a glam interpretation of Barbie inspired by F1, but I doubt that. I doubt they're gonna do anything interesting here with this collaboration. It's just gonna be straight up boring. And again, you're mostly gonna be paying for the branding on the F1 branding on the outfit. So yeah. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Fingers crossed. But what do you think? Are you excited for this F1 collaboration with Barbie? But this is where it gets really juicy with the doll tea. So here, also shared by user Seeing Mount, we have lots of updates for Mattel Monster High releases coming in spring of 2027 next year, including so many exciting things coming our way. So many things I was not expecting. Like, first of all, we have a Monster High Carnival Frights line confirmed. An all-new $26.99 Monster High line is coming, and it features Dracula, Frankie, and for the first time ever in Generation 3, Elissabat. No further details are known at this point in time, so we don't know if there's going to be even more characters in this line, or if it's going to be like exclusive to like a store. But the main exciting thing here obviously is that Elissabat is confirmed to be debuting in G3 in this Carnival line, which is interesting. I mean, we did just have like a masquerade kind of like mask that got leaked, like a new sculpt, so that could be kind of like, that could have something to do here. Maybe that's Elissabat's new mask. It will kind of fit the masquerade carnival kind of theme, but it could also just be something else entirely. But obviously, we're all just eager to see now how Elissabat is going to look like in the third generation here. I'm assuming her color scheme will be the same, like mainly dark purples. Obviously, Mattel doesn't want to make her look too similar to Dracula because they are kind of similar already in G1. So this is really just going to be so exciting. The one thing that I am kind of worried about is that because this is a carnival theme, and they have introduced like the core versions of dolls, of new characters dolls in themed lines, like, Scared Eyes Island, Heath, Creepover Party, Twyla. So they have done it before, and like obviously the Scary Birthday line had Cupid's debut doll, so they have had this happen before where in a themed line they debut a new character's doll, but then the doll is still wearing something that's kind of like everyday wear, if that makes sense, because it's technically still like the core look of the character, if that makes sense. So even though Twyla came out in the Creepover Party line, her outfit still kind of like looks everyday-ish enough for it to be like fit in with the rest of the ghouls. But this is interesting because now with Carnival as a theme, I don't know how they're gonna make that into like a kind of like carnival enough, but still everyday wear enough. Like how is it gonna look like carnival themed, but still core? Like not too themed. So I'm kind of that's the main thing for me that I'm kind of thinking about. Like this is G3 Elissabat's debut in G3. So like how are they gonna make her look in this carnival themed line with this being her debut doll? I don't know. It's just very intriguing because again, they've made it work before with Heath, with Twyla, with Cupid. Like all their outfits, if you took them out of the lines that they came out in, if you took them out of those lines and you just saw them separately, you'd believe that they're kind of like, oh, that's the core look, yes. But you'd also believe that they fit in with the themed line, right? With the group, with the ensemble. So if Carnival, I'm just kind of curious, like, how can they make that? How can they pull it off both ways where it befits the theme, but also it can stand on its own as a cute design for the character? So yes, but either way, I mean, this is just so exciting because also, not only did we get confirmation of Elissabat returning in G3, you might remember we also recently talked about how the trademark for Kiyomi Haunterly, her trademark got renewed as well. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that means that she will also be getting a debut doll next year as well. which is so exciting because Kiyomi has one of my most favorite designs ever. So, oh my gosh, I'm praying, fingers crossed here that Elissabat looks great and Kiyomi is not too far behind her. But what do you think? Next up, we have confirmation that in Self-Scare Wave 3, Jinfire and Claudine will be joining the line. Now, it has not been confirmed if it's just these two characters or if there will be a third character as well, but we just don't know who that third character is yet. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a third character as well in this third wave. It wouldn't make sense for them to just cut back on making it 2 characters, because again, the first wave, 3 characters, second wave, the same amount, third wave, it should be 3 characters as well. I really don't see why it wouldn't be, especially because Self-Scare as a line has been doing really well. I do think it's been selling enough for them to keep it at the same number of characters. Now, this is very exciting because Jinfire, Claudine, those are new characters being added to the line, which I do think suggests that they're not going to have repeat characters here in this line, which I love because that kind of adds to every character's introduction in this line being more special. If it was just another Draculaura doll, you know, another Cleo, or I don't know, Venus, it would just keep getting old, because I definitely feel like for me, it's always better to have more newer characters in these types of lines than having repeat characters. It just kind of keeps it fresh and unique, and also it adds more diversity and, you know, variety, which we can always use more of. Variety is never bad. So I'm really hoping that the third character here is perhaps a Toralei, or maybe it could be a boy character, you know. Who am I kidding? That's never gonna happen. But you know, maybe it could be Nefra, maybe it could be I don't know. There's so many cool characters. Caddy could be really fun, especially because, you know, Claudine and Jinfire, those two characters are kind of more leaning towards the purple side. Jinfire has also jade green, but Claudine definitely is more of a purple girl. So Caddy would fill in the pink quota for sure. Yeah, who else could fit? I'm not really sure. Again, Nefra would be amazing. Ghoulia, oh my gosh. Imagine Ghoulia in like a little cute outfit, ready to go to sleep, or just, you know, again, self-scare kind of vibes. Yeah, I'm very curious. I hope that they add a third character here. I'm pretty sure they will. We just don't know who yet. But who would you like to see be the third addition in this third wave of self-scare? Next up, it has been confirmed that in addition to the previously already announced core refresh style Twilight doll, they're going to be also doing something similar with a Venus doll, but this Venus doll will be a Target exclusive. Now, this is so exciting because, again, we previously already discussed the description for the upcoming new core Twilight doll, and I guess Venus will be kind of like a addition to this new core lineup of secondary characters. The only, again, downside here is that she is a Target exclusive, unlike with a Twilight, where it seems like Twilight will just be a normal release. Which, yeah, I'm not really sure why Venus has to be the exclusive. I feel like most people would probably want to get a Venus doll over Twilight. I'm not sure. They're both very popular, but depending on designs, I do feel like Venus usually has a bit more going for her in terms of unique looks. But this is so exciting because, again, this is a secondary character getting a new core look. This has never happened before in G3. So, oh my gosh, who else could be next? Perhaps Ghoulia, Toralei, Nefra, Spectra. So again, so many characters that they just keep underusing here. So this will be a perfect, exploration and opportunity for Mattel to turn this into a full-on line of core refresh dolls, but for secondary characters. I do feel like that would be very cool. And it does feel like that could happen because, again, Venus is now a part of this new core refresh lineup. So who else could be coming next? We don't know, but I feel like, again, Toralei, Ghoulia, Spectra, Nefra, Abby, Caddy, like those are very strong choices. It really saddens me to say it, but I really don't think we're getting boy dolls again. Monsters in G3, it feels like Monster High, Mattel, they just they have given up. I don't know why, because monsters, monsters, they do sell. There is demand. Okay, like I would kill for them to make a G3 Gil, Manny, Finnegan, also like Barkimedes. Like those are such good designs. And Howleen, where's Howleen's doll? Anyway, there's so many missed opportunities, but what do you think of the secondary addition here of a Venus and this new core refresh lineup? but yeah, she's Target exclusive. So next up, Claws and Charms, an all-new line featuring Draculaura and Claudine is soon to arrive. These sets will feature a doll and a DIY element retailing for $32.99. So it seems like for this line, only 2 characters are included, Draculaura and Claudine. That checks out. I mean, they're usually the ones that they pick whenever it comes to smaller lines, so that's not a odd pairing at all. But the DIY gimmick here is definitely interesting. I don't think they've had something like this before, where it's like an actively like gimmicky part of the doll that you're purchasing here, the highlight being the gimmick and not the doll itself. So I do worry about the quality of the actual outfits and what they will look like. I hope that even though the gimmick is the crafts or whatever you gotta do, that they still put in enough budget on the actual design of the doll to make her look cute, because if the doll is not cute, I doubt people will buy it for the craft alone, you know, because it's not going to be like an amazing craft for $32 US, you know. But yeah, this sounds interesting. What do you think? And surprisingly, it seems like they've already greenlit another Moonspell Magic line here. This one's called Moonspell Dreamspell. An all-new Moonspell Magic line is on the way. This line that features Claire de Luna, Karina Song, and Ray Lumina is suspected to be a sleepover-themed line. Very interesting. Again, no pricing details here or release specifics, but these 3 characters being picked is not surprising. Ray Lumina, Karina, and Claire, they seem to be the more popular characters. Well, I feel like Claire and Karina are definitely popular, but I'd say Willow Thorn is more popular than Ray Lumina, because Ray's color scheme is just a bit too similar to Karina's color scheme with the love theme going on. I feel like if Ray just had a bit more of orange in her theme, she would have been perfect. But anyway, this is really interesting because the Moonspell Magic, you know, debut line hasn't even come out yet, and Mattel already greenlit a dream, kind of like, again, dream spell, a sleepover style line here for next year, including only 3 of the 5 characters. So that does make me think, like, why exclude the 2 other characters and just give us new dolls, sleepover dolls of these 3 characters in total? I guess Mattel kind of did a poll or service or like research, you know, like polls and stuff, and they figured out that these 3 characters are the most attention like looking, like good looking. I'm not sure, but there must be a reason behind this selection of characters, and why a sleepover theme. I mean, it's very generic, they always do this, but I'm kind of shocked because the debut line hasn't come out yet, and we're getting more. Technically not Monster High related, but it has been confirmed that we're getting more Mattel K-pop Demon Hunters dolls here of the core characters. In the second wave, it's been confirmed we're getting 2 SAJA Boy members that will be released in the spring of 2027. Abby SAJA and Baby SAJA will be making their way on toy shelves next year in spring, alongside 3 brand new gimmick dolls of the Huntrix themselves. But of course, what the gimmick is and who will be picked is unclear. If I'd have to guess what the gimmick is for the Huntrix new dolls for next year, maybe something to do with the weapons, something that they glow up, or maybe for Rumi, it could be like her marks glowing. I'm not sure, maybe more singing dolls, right? That could be a good thing, but again, just the fact that they call them gimmick dolls for the Huntrix, very interesting. But of course, I feel like the highlights obviously here is that it's been confirmed we're getting more of the SAJA boys here, specifically Abby SAJA and Baby SAJA. I do think those 2 are the most popular picks after Ginu from the group, but definitely, I mean, they've got to make romance and mystery afterwards as well. They have to. They have to. But I guess they want to do Abby and Baby first, because they want to make sure that there really is demand for the rest of the SAJA Boy members, and then once the Abby and Baby SAJA dolls, you know, once the reports come in, the sales reports, and then Mattel sees, okay, yes, we should make the other 2, then they will. But yeah, this is just so exciting because I feel like a lot of us were very worried about, if Demon Genu would not win, what would happen, but he did win, and now I do feel like the confirmation here that we are getting core dolls of Abby and baby SAJA, like that to me just shows that Mattel perhaps did listen and they are seeing the response of the success with Demon Genu winning, and then we're getting more, SAJA boy dolls. So this is very good. They better make a new body sculpt for Abby. I mean, come on, he needs it. And I would also be very curious for a baby because he is shorter than the rest, right? So I really hope they do them justice. And I believe Mark Jonathan, the designer Mark Jonathan, he designed the first wave of core dolls for K-pop Demon Hunters. So I'm betting he's working on the second wave as we speak. I mean, he cannot confirm or deny. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he's like just doing his work. But I would be so happy if Mark Jonathan is the designer behind the second wave as well, because the first wave came out so beautifully. I mean, Genu having the second pair of the second hand that you can switch out with the little symbol, the heart symbol. That's so cute. Like, are you kidding me? So I hope that Mark Jonathan is able to work on the second wave here as well. I have so much faith in him. Like those two, Abby and Baby, they're gonna look so good if he's working on them. So yeah, my only concern is like maybe they could give them rooted hair and not plastic hair, but honestly I don't mind because the plastic hair will look good forever. That rooted hair always has the, there's always a chance that could look off. But anyway, I'm just so excited. You cannot believe they need to make mystery and romance yesterday. I cannot believe we have to wait until next year for Abby and SAJA. Abby and baby SAJA to come out. Like, I cannot wait that long, but I guess we have to wait. But I'm so excited. What do you think? But this takes the cake. Okay, it has been confirmed we're getting a SKULLECTOR K-pop Demon Hunters collaboration. Specifically, it's going to be a 2-pack made up of unknown characters from the K-pop Demon Hunters franchise. They will be made in 2D Monster High style SKULLECTOR doll, and it retails for $118 US. Basically, to round it up, $120 US for this 2-pack. Oh my god. Mattel is cashing in. They're taking advantage of this collaboration because usually with SKULLECTOR 2-packs, they're like $90 US, $100, but $120, yeah. Mattel is definitely getting greedy with this pricing for this 2-pack specifically. Now, of course, we don't know what the two characters will be in this 2-pack, but I think it's safe to assume that it will be Demon Genu and it will be Rumi with her demon patterns and perhaps even a more kind of like demonified face with her different colored eyes and perhaps the different colored skin tone. So yeah, because in the final look of Rumi before she, at the end of the movie, she kind of gets her patterns all over and she kind of gets a bit more demonic, in her appearance. So I do think this 2-pack will be definitely Rumi in her kind of like a bit more of an enhanced demon kind of version of herself. And I'm pretty sure they're going to take creative liberties as well. And they're going to make her look even more kind of like Monster High, because obviously it's a Monster High SKULLECTOR collaboration, so the whole point is that there's supposed to be some kind of like a monster, creepy looking doll. So pretty sure that's what they're gonna do. And then for Demon Genu, I mean, it's already in his design. He's gonna look super cool already. So there's not much else there that they would have to amplify when it comes to making Demon Genu look like a monster, because he's a literal demon. So, and Rumi is half demon, so they can play up that angle more. But yeah, this is, again, is not confirmed. It's not confirmed that it's these two characters, but I mean, who else would it be? None of the other characters have, like, none of the other Huntrix have kind of like a demon side to them. They're just, humans. But I guess they could do a 2-pack of Demon Genu and another of the members of the SAJA boys in their demon form, but I don't think so. I think it will be Demon Genu and it will be Rumi in her demon look. I think it's just, I mean, it's guaranteed. It has to be. Like, what else could it be? But either way, I was definitely not expecting a SKULLECTOR 2-pack to happen for K-pop Demon Hunters. Are you kidding me? This is legit crazy. There are so many collaborations with IPs and shows that they have not done yet. That's bizarre to me. Like Scream, Carrie, It, the Billy the Puppet from Saw. I mean, some of those you might argue are too adult, but come on, they've made a Squid Game doll, an adult show where it's literally about, you know, it's pretty adult stuff. I'm pretty sure they could go after those IPs for collaborations if they wanted to. I'm not sure why Mattel, Monster High are not going after some collaborations like that where it's just so perfectly, it would be so perfect, but no. Instead, we're getting a SKULLECTOR 2-pack of KPop Demon Hunters. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying it feels a bit too soon, or maybe it's like, again, like I feel like looking at all the iconic movies and stuff that Monster High has not collaborated with, KPop Demon Hunters doesn't really feel like a movie to me that they have to collaborate with so soon. It really feels more like they're just doing this because they know it will sell, you know, and it will sell. It will sell out. It will be so expensive. But still, like, I feel like it's a bit unfair to all the other potential collaborations that they could have done instead. But again, I'm not disappointed. I'm just saying, like, it feels like weird. But nonetheless, I'm excited. What do you think of Demon Gino here and Rumi being the potential characters in this SKULLECTOR 2-pack? And lastly, this is really minor, but it has been confirmed that the G3 Ghoul Spirit 6-pack will be re-released, but they're cutting down 3 of the characters here. So in this new re-released version of the Ghoul Spirit pack, only Claudine, Dracula, and Frankie will be in this new version of the pack. So Deuce, Toralei, and Cleo will not be included, unfortunately. And apparently the only big difference with the new versions of these dolls will be Dracula's pom-poms are now black instead of pink. So yeah, I guess it's good that they're re-releasing the Ghoul Spirit pack here because it has been a while since it came out, but it does suck that they're cutting out 3 characters here of the 6-pack, and now it's just basically the main 3 characters, Dracula, Frankie, and Claudine. I do think Toralei, Deuce, and Cleo, they looked cute, so it would have been fun if they could have just kept them in the 6-pack and just re-released them entirely with all the 6 characters. Anyway, that does it for all of the juicy doll tea we had for a sneak peek. Again, I'm pretty sure we're just scratching the surface here when it comes to Mattel 2027 doll releases from Barbie, Polly Pocket, and Monster High. But this was definitely a very fun and exciting first look at what is to come early next year. What do you think? What is your most excited thing here that has been confirmed from Monster High, SKULLECTOR, KPop Demon Hunters, new core refresh, Venus? You know, we have so much more new lines, again, for Moonspell Magic, a spin-off sleepover line. Like for Barbie, Candace Everdeen is coming back, Hunger Games, Formula 1, Narnia dolls, Polly Pocket, Emily in Paris. Like, what? I want to know what you think about all of this down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel. That way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Thank you also to my currently subscribed members. I see you and I appreciate you so much. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.